everybody, we are at the top of one of the most beautiful buildings in Hollywood. This is headlines and global news for HNGN.com. This is Chance Encounters, and we are here with the incredible, I'm going to do first and last, Karen Gonzalez, but tell me the middle name.
Sarahii.
She's so sorry. What is it? Sarahii?
Sarahii.
Okay, and your name?
Araceli.
You are the super makeup celebrity artist of Hollywood, are you not?
Yes, I am.
Good. I didn't want any of that modesty stuff. She goes under iLuvSarhii, is that right?
Yep, iLuvSarhii.
And it seems like a million plus people love you as well.
Yes, I have quite a large following on there, which I'm very proud of because I feel like it's something that you work and you maintain to keep those followers, so it's great. I actually was awful at makeup growing up. On myself, it was a mess. On my friends, it was a mess, and it was something that I got better at through experience and just through years of practicing, but it took like almost 10 years to nail it.
Really? You don't have just a social media following. I mean, E came to you, and now you're part of the E, what is it?
E-Style Collective. We're a group of 20 of the top beauty influencers from anywhere from health, fitness, makeup, hair, fashion, and they created us to kind of connect with social media users and just kind of show them what's in trend, what's in style, what we're using. So
what are we going to do to our beautiful friend here?
We're going to be teaching you how to do highlight and contouring, which is one of the biggest beauty trends right now.
I heard you're kind of known for that.
Pretty much what we're doing is going to be creating the illusions that she's got cheekbones, you know, a slimmer nose, a brighter face, and it really just changes the whole dimension of the makeup. It can be done really wrong and really right, so I'm going to teach you guys how to do it the correct way. So step one would be starting with the foundation. And you're just going to apply this first on the skin, pretty much around the cheek areas, chin, and forehead. I know it looks a little crazy, but...
No, I just thought you were going to let me do it, and now you're not, so I'm very disappointed.
And then you're going to want to get a little beauty blender and start blending this into the skin. This is a wet sponge that is reusable, and what it does is it gives you a really great coverage, but since the sponge has water in there, it makes it look very natural. So the next step you're going to want to do is apply the highlight. Now this can be done with a numerous of products. You can use creams, powders, liquids. I personally love to use creams because I like a full coverage, and I feel like it wears better anyways in the long run throughout the day. It looks really beautiful. So you're going to want to start this, look up ahead, right underneath the eye area, and you're going to want to create kind of like a little check mark, V shape, and just apply it like that. It looks a little crazy in the very beginning. So once you apply this on, you want to apply a little bit to the chin because you want that area to be brightened, as well as a little bit above the lip. And you're going to want to create a little tiny palm tree kind of on the face. I know it sounds a little wild, but you're literally going to want to start right there. And
bless you, my son.
And just start making that little area. Bring it also down a little bit on the nose, and this is going to slim out her nose. You'll be in shock in like 5 minutes.
All right, keep going.
So next step would be applying a little bit of the contour. You want to go ahead and just do this towards sides of the forehead. This is just so it gives a little bronzed action going up there. Sometimes if you have a larger forehead or like a widow's peak, applying that color, the contour can really take it down a notch. You're also going to want to apply your contour, and with this you're going to want to start right above where the ears go and then bring it downward. And you're just going to lightly just sketch it. Now this is going to create the illusion that she has really, really nice cheekbones. Kind of lift them up a little bit. It gives a little bit of a push. This is pretty much plastic surgery, like done with makeup. That's what it is.
I like that.
So once that's on there, you're going to want to get a little bit down the sides of the nose. I know it's going to look wild right now before you blend. And this is just going to make her nose look super, super tiny. So the next step would be to blending again. Now this is the part that everybody gets confused on. They get to this point and they give up because it's not as easy as it looks. You can get your placement down, but the blending is where it really comes into place. So it's important that you have the right tools. So I'm just going to be using this really small dual fiber brush. This is something you can get anywhere. A lot of brands make it. And you're going to want to blend out your contour first, which is actually now backwards. You're going to blend the dark out. And the reason you want to do this is because you don't want it to darken the face and then it stain it, because it can happen if the liquid is on there for a little too long. It tends to stain the face. So
it'll just stay in the place and mark it, kind of?
It'll make it a little bit too darker. Yeah, darker than expected. So you're just going to want to blend that out first and kind of see how I'm blending it into the hairline. It's just giving her a nice bronze look.
It's really natural.
Exactly, yeah. The liquids tend to do that. The liquids tend to make it very nice and natural. You have to really know what you're working with and can't assume that what worked on your last client is going to work on the next one. And then also it's important that you investigate their skin. Is their skin oily? Is it dry? Is it normal? Can they take these cream products or do they need liquids? You have to really know what you're working with. I'm going to lightly just blend this into the nose and the side of the nose first, in those little areas before I use my beauty blender. Okay, look up high. And then now you're just going to dab the beauty blender into place and make sure that area stays in there. And what you can do as well is turn over to the back and then blend it out as well, right into where you contoured. So there's no lines of demarcation of where you started or where you ended. Next up is just to blend this nose out, and you want to start and blend the middle part first, that highlight, bring it all the way down.
Does that tickle?
No.
And then you're going to want to get the sides. And the fact I do it this way is because you don't want the sides to be, you don't want it to be too noticeable that you have the lines there. So you want to use the excess product that you just blended out to blend in the dark so that it diminishes those harsh lines. Once your blending's all done, you're going to want to set your powder, your liquids. You want to make sure that they're set in stone, they're not going to move, and you diminish those little fine lines and just get everything to just stay there so it doesn't look like you just have a whole bunch of liquid on your face.
And that was for a lot of the highlighting, right? The liquids?
Yes.
See, I'm paying attention.
Look up high. So we're just going to set with a little bit of powder. You're probably like, this is so much bigger. And you're just going to follow the under eyes.
She's a pro. She looks right up as soon as you go under the eyes.
Yes, and what this is doing too is kind of just keeping everything in place. She told me she was a little oily, so she was concerned if the liquids would stay. And yes, oily skin can definitely do this. You just have to have the right primer, the right foundation, and the right products in order to have it work. Next up is bronzing. You're going to want to use a bronzer just to define the contour. Everybody wants those really nice cheekbones, so this is a perfect way to get them even more noticeable. Start towards the back and then work your way forward.
Like from the ear like you did before?
Yep. Anytime you do a makeup, you want to start always back to the front. The front is where you want it to be softer. The back is where you want it a little harsher. And what you can do too, you can kind of lightly dust it onto the forehead and the jawline. So it's not just bronzed right on the cheeks. You want to make sure that's like a good balance on the face.
I'd love to see what you do late at night by yourself when you're doing experiments.
I walk around with one eye with one color and one eye with the other, and I film videos on it.
Oh, we have to get a hold of those.
So now this is the best part about the complete look for the skin is getting that J-Lo glow, because you don't want to have highlight and contour and be matted down. You want to have a little bit of a glow coming in through the cheeks, a little bit on the nose. So I use a skin highlighter. This is something that's kind of shimmery, and it's great to use just kind of where you need it. You'll notice, like in pictures, your skin will look gorgeous. It'll look nice and smooth. And it will just look really like you have that glow in your skin, like a natural glow. Add a little bit to the bow of the lip, and this will just lightly make the lips appear bigger as well.
Got a tip for us?
Tip, and we're going to apply a whitening powder underneath of the eyes. This is going to set just kind of in that area for a little bit. It's going to brighten it up and is great to diminish small fine lines and just make the skin look really nice, and it'll pop it underneath. And there's a technique for this. You want to let it cook, and what that means is you're going to let it settle in there and just lightly bake it.
Marinate.
Yeah, and then you're going to blend it out, and then it'll stay light in that area.
Did we cook long enough?
Yes, so then you're going to want to blend it outward. Imagine it ends up looking bad. Blend out outward with like a light fluffy brush. So
on the eyes, we blend outward, but other things like cheekbones, we go from the ear in then.
Correct.
I'm getting an A+ on this.
We're wanting to open up this area because you want this to be kind of your spotlight on your face. So you want it to make that area look nice and open and bright. So the last step is completing the lip. This is something that you want to wait to do to the end because you want to know how intense you went on the eyes or how intense the whole makeup looks. So for her, we're going to do a natural peachy lip. It's just great for springtime. Anybody can wear it. You can go along the ranges of matte or glossy, but we're going to go with the semi kind of gloss just to give it a more spring summer feel.
Yeah.
So start off first with using a lip pencil, and you're going to want to fill in the whole lip. This is great to use underneath of a lipstick so that it stays in place. So then after you applied the first lip liner, you're going to want to use a darker shade and just lightly outline right above the lip to make it appear bigger. This is a great tip to use. Instead of having to get your lips done, you can easily fake it with a little bit of a lip pencil. Top it off with a little bit of a lip color. This is going to be perfect so that her lips don't appear too matte and too dry, and just give her a little bit of a gloss. Right. So just a little quick recap on what we did. We first, before you do any kind of makeup, you want to make sure you do your eyebrows first to frame the face, and then your eyes. That way, if any fallout falls underneath, you can clean it up and work on a nice canvas. Make sure you moisturize and prep your skin. And then the next step would be to apply your foundation, concealer, contour, and blend. It's all about blending and the tools you use and making sure that you know what products work for yourself and for your client. Once you're done highlighting and contouring, make sure that you set everything in with setting powders and bronzers. And to finish off the look, make sure you find a nice lip. With this look that we did today, you could do any lip. You can do a berry, a red, a coral, a pink. Just about anything works because it's so neutral enough to carry that.
You just saw yourself. How do you feel?
I feel great.
I saw your reaction. I think we're going to try to like cut that in. You were like, yeah, I look awesome.
Yeah, I loved it.
How do people find you?
You can find me on Instagram under iLuvSarhii, and that's iLuvSarhii. Also, same name under Twitter, under Facebook.
We're very lucky to have you today.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me. I had a great time showing you guys how to do this look.
Chance Encounters, HNGN.com for headlines and global news.